God, YouTube, what are you doing today? What the fuck? Like, really? They lost my video, my daily energy update. It just disappeared. Wasn't live. Now I've lost the camera. What the hell? What the hell? Mercury, huh? Mercury wants to be known. It's in charge. Mercury's in charge here, not us. Try switching your computer on and off again. God, I tried all kinds of things. Just wouldn't recognise the stream for some reason. YouTube wouldn't let me go live. Let's sort this out. But we're on now. Hey everybody. Hey Mimi, hey Maria. Got some rest. Yeah, YouTube lost my energy update. I record them in advance. I get them edited. They're all scheduled, you know, to go at midnight, my time, for that day. And it just didn't appear on my YouTube channel. But luckily, I watched it last night, and so I could still see it. And so I could find the YouTube thing for it. And so I could find it in my, because it wasn't showing in the back end at all. It wasn't showing on my channel at all, as if it didn't exist. But luckily I found it, downloaded it, uploaded it again. Hey Timothy, hey Belinda, hey Trisha, Melissa, Andrea, and Chris. So let's get some cards out. So it's there now, if you haven't watched it yet, because it wasn't there for the last 7 hours, as it usually is. It is there now. What a morning. I've had to deal with stuff, and now I'm pixelated. Damn Mercury. What the hell? Mercury's throwing its weight around. Mercury in retrograde. You know what? I tried my, tried to buy a GHD hair straightener online. My order got cancelled. I noticed that they hadn't packed it. It said it was ready to be packed or something, awaiting packing. No, they cancelled the order and refunded my credit card. So yesterday I tried to buy another one. Can't. The one site that it's actually available on wouldn't let me pay by credit card. I mean, the credit card payment wouldn't go through on it. So it's like denied, Mercury in retrograde, denied. Oh, watch and listen carefully. Why? Number 21. Hey, Andrea. Why are we watching and listening carefully? What the hell is going on? But in the energy update for today, it was about doing things for ourselves first. What did I call this one? I can't even remember with all the crap that's been going on this morning. There was something else in it. Phone has been wonky. YouTube is usually really good. Not today. Watch and listen carefully. There's a possibility that you need to be cautious and careful at the moment. For what looks like a good situation, a friendly person or an offer too good to refuse is disguised. Yes. Just wait till you see the energy updates, which I'm going to publish tonight in about 12 hours. I think it's scheduled to publish in about 11 hours, in fact. But yes, this, for sure. For what looks like a good situation, a friendly person or an offer too good to refuse is disguised. The energy update for this next week is all about that. It's an offer that we want, but it's not exactly as we want it. It's coming from the wrong energy, or they're not ready for it yet, something like that. That was in the energy update for today as well, not being ready for something and not fooling ourselves that we are either. You know, sometimes we can fool ourselves that we're ready for something, and we can see, and we think that it's the other person that's not ready. And we can see how they're not ready, but we're not looking at ourselves, we're not looking in the mirror. There's no need to fear, but take your time and do not make commitments until you've investigated all that you can and received good advice from a trusted source. we're going to be very easily fooled this week, very easily fooled, because on the face of it, it's going to look like what we always wanted. And if we're not aware of ourselves, we can just mess everything up and set ourselves back years this week. It's a huge week in the energies. Kitsune, in the main, can be trusted. In this particular, Kitsune is coming to you to advise you to take care, hold back and think before you act. Think does not mean to worry or to fret, but to rely upon wisdom rather than what you'd like to be true. This is the energy update for next week, like completely. Do not be naive. Do not act rashly and foolishly, and examine carefully what is before you. You may find that you'll be very glad that you hesitated and took stock rather than simply going with what you wish. This is going to be challenging. For many of us are overcoming our own mistrust of the possibility. And I think most people are going to go wrong on this. Most people will set themselves backward. It's like a massive test. It's like, are you committed to this? Are you really ready for this? Most people will be like, no, I'll just go for that shiny thing that's in front of me. And then it'll bite them on the bum. This is going to be challenging. For many of us are overcoming our own mistrust of the possibility. But in order to be a whole being, we must acknowledge that not all that takes place is in our best interests. And in this situation, there's a possibility that there is a person who is acting in a way that will only benefit them, without taking into consideration your needs. And this person as well, because honestly, this is exactly what the energy update said. And it's not that this person is all wrong. It's not that at all. And it's the same with us too. As I said, we don't realize that we're not ready yet too. So we need to do this too. We could be offering somebody something in exactly the same way. And we're not really ready. We're not thinking about them and what's right for them. We're not thinking about us and what's right for us. We're rashly wanting to jump into something. We want to take the shortcut. And the shortcut isn't available. It's not. It's going to take you off the cliff. The shortcut will take you off the cliff. And all your hard work will be down the drain. I mean, I'm talking all your hard work for years will be down the drain if you go for the shortcut this week. So, be wary. Think carefully, act wisely, and seek out advice that can be of assistance before coming to a decision. Wow, crazy that card's in there after the energy update for this week. Well, after I've recorded it anyway, you've not seen it yet. Hello, Marge. So I took the morning off yesterday. I was really tired. It was nice to take the morning off. Give myself some time to myself. And then I recorded another pick a card read. I'm going to try and do 2 a week now. And then, what else do I do? Readings. Private readings. Maybe I'll stay in bed all week. No, it's a good. I mean, don't hide from this thing either. There's something that needs to be faced. So, for example, it could be someone coming in, say, to offer you a relationship, but they haven't got everything together that they need to. They might still be married, or they might have lost all the money, or they might be in a really shitty situation, or they might have just lost the job, or something like that. There's just something that's not right about it, but they're rashly jumping into something. And it's going to be very tempting because it's what you want. But if you don't face it this time, if you don't stand up and say, hang on a minute, and be that wary person like that card said, if you're not communicating it with them or whatever offer it is, it could even, Chris, it could be a job offer. I mean, you don't want to hide from that, but it's just be really careful about it. Find out everything about it, because there's something that's not underhanded. It's just not everything that you want. It's like somebody offering what it is that you want, but they're not coming from the right intentions yet. But if you don't face it now, then they're not going to come from the right intentions. And if it's a job, if you don't look at this offer now and say, no, there's this and there's this and there's this in the contract that isn't quite right for me, then it's not going to get sorted out. So you don't want to hide from this at all. Same with a relationship too. If you turn around to them and say, well, hang on, you're still married. You haven't got a divorce yet. Or something like that. If you don't face it, then they're not going to get ready. It needs to be faced this week. Whatever it is coming up for us. So bizarre, that card. So maybe it's starting already. This energy, I mean. Or maybe you just I needed to prepare you for what's coming. You know, we get such instant stuff now. Instant information, instant answers, you know. You have a problem with a shop, you want to get in touch with them straight away. Sometimes I get like emails from people, many, overnight while I'm sleeping, saying, I knew that this was a rip-off. It hasn't happened for a long time now, but I knew that this was a rip-off and I wouldn't receive my reading. It's like, hang on a minute. You're like, email from 1 a.m. through to 5 a.m. I'm asleep. Of course you're not going to get an email back. But yeah, we tend to go for this instant gratification kind of thing. And we think that everything can be that way, and it can't. There's still stuff that we've got to be in for the long term. That was in the energy update, be in it for the long term. Look ahead at the bigger picture. Take things slowly. Be wise. Don't jump into something. Thanks, Chelsea. You didn't get the job, Chris. Damn. Resilience. Burn away the past. I don't think we've seen this card before. 27. You chilled on the couch all day. Nice. Resilience. Coffee. Resilience. Burn away the past. The girl of resilience is relaxed. She impassively stokes and stirs the flames of her past at her feet. In her crowded room of memories, she fans the flames without fear of letting go of events, ideas, people and places that once defined her. She's comfortable in her room and is not leaving her space, like Chris. The smoke does not overcome her. The window is open and a branch of a tree of life reaches in to guide her, always to heightening. Clarity and wisdom. When resilience appears, it's time to stoke the fires of your past and release that which no longer serves you. Know that to rise like a phoenix, it's necessary to dive into the flames. Be warmed and confident in the light that comes from burning away and releasing the bad and the good of the past. Release it all to be reborn with Agni, the inner flame. Ritual, reborn from the ashes. Assemble organic objects, items of clothing, things that represent your past, good and bad. It's time to release and grow. If it resonates, write descriptions of past events, happy and sad. Acknowledge everything that you're willing to release in order to be reborn from the ashes and to grow in wisdom and usefulness in the world. In a safe space where you will not be disturbed, burn your pile. Consider throwing handfuls of dried sacred herbs like sage, lavender and eucalyptus leaves on the fire. Continue burning everything until it reduces to ashes. Meditate on the flames and allow the glowing embers to reveal lessons learned. Collect the ashes and toss them into a flowing natural body of water or turn it into the soil. Doing so will ensure the energy is transformed and you rise into the next best expression of yourself. Let go of the past, the good and the bad. I feel like we're moving forward toward a new beginning, but there's stuff to face along the way. And one of them is this shortcut challenge thing. Don't take the shortcuts. Let's get some tarot out. Ouch. I'll put these tarot cards back in. Got the star today. No, I'll leave them there in fact, because I might need to know that guidance later. got 3 cards out here. Which one to do first? Could do them all together. Because we've got the 7 of Swords here. Sneaky. Sneaky energy. And I don't feel it's really, really sneaky, this. I don't feel that anyone's underhanded in coming forward and offering you what they're offering you. I think they're just trying to... It's like we would do, trying to blag something, you know. I think we'd all do it. We'd all try and get what we wanted fast. Pretend that we're ready for something that we're not. That kind of thing. So I don't think it's really underhanded, this sneaky energy. But there is something sneaky about it. It's like trying to get a job before you've got the qualification through for it. And it's not that you've not done the work and you haven't been to school, you just haven't got the qualification through for it yet. It's like trying to get into a new relationship before you've finished with your ex properly, before you've let that go. We all do this kind of thing. We try to push ahead, let go faster. We think that we're ready before we're not, is the problem. And we try and rush. We want instant gratification. That's what this sneaky man is doing, is stealing swords. He wants instant gratification. Why is it people steal things? Because they don't believe that they can get it themselves and they don't want to spend the time getting it themselves, working for it. That's why he's sneaking around, stealing swords. Doesn't want to make them for himself. So, sneaky here. What does it lead to? If we're doing it, and if someone else is doing it to us, what does it lead to? Heartbreak. We break our own heart. We break their hearts. If someone else is doing that to us, they break our heart. We dash into it and we're not going for the long term. We break our own hearts because we don't want to get what we want in the long term. And then we look back and we think, damn, I wish I'd have taken my time with that. I wish I'd have made a different... I know better than that. I knew better than that. Why did I just say yes to that? We break our own hearts. This could be codependency coming up again as well. We'll see with the other cards. But it could be someone coming in to be saved kind of thing. Or to be helped. No, they've got to get ready themselves first. So watch out for that, being pulled back into codependent patterns. That would break your own heart as well, especially because you've learned so much. This could be about reciprocity. I'm just trying to think of all the lessons that have come up lately for us. Reciprocity could be someone showing that they haven't got anything to give, or they're not willing to give, and then they want to come in for a relationship and they ask you that. And before you let them get ready and be prepared to give, you say yes to them. You know better than that. You know better than that. You know to wait for them to show you that they're in it with some effort first. What else? I don't know. There could be all kinds of things coming up. But we'll break our own heart if we jump into it too fast. And what's the other outcome? If we don't jump in too fast, if we go for the long term, we've got the King of Pentacles, very different outcome here. Builded something solid. Look, he's got his castle behind him, he's built something solid. So this is all about foundations. This is really rocky foundation. This is trying to build your house before the concrete foundations have sat. Because you just say, oh, let's do it. Let's do it straight away. Say yes straight away to something that isn't, the foundations aren't there yet. Or you can say no to it and have the King of Pentacles instead. It's like a test in patience, isn't it? A test in wisdom, a test in patience, a test in if we will really apply that wisdom, the lessons that we've learned lately. Or if we'll just do the same thing as we always did and get what we always got again. There's such a chance of going backward at the moment. I wonder if it's this full moon. Probably is. The full moon that's coming up. The chance to go backward. The chance to get stuck in the same old karmic patterns that we've been in our whole lives. Or we can break free of it. and have this whole new foundation. Look at her there. It's like she's got horns, doesn't it? She's being a bit wary. Be careful. Be careful with the offers that come in. Too good to be true kind of thing. It isn't true. If something seems like it's too good to be true, it's because it's not true. Let's get some of this out. Hey Tracy, hey Andrew. Oh, Andrew is already here. I'm having therapy for PTSD. What kind of therapy, Marie? Discovering happiness. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. We don't need to grasp onto things that are offered to us. That's what I'm getting from that. We don't need to latch onto it, grab it because it might run away. It might not come back. We might not get better. We might not get what we actually want. That's lack, isn't it? When we want to just say yes straight away and get instant gratification. So we just got to slow down, see what the moon says. Let's just see what the moon, because it's a Taurus full moon, isn't it? What's the Taurus full moon? Dreams need a practical plan. Yep. Your dreams need a practical plan. So this is the full moon that we've got coming up on the 31st. Practical plans, foundations, what I was just saying, it needs a practical plan. What's coming in this week is not practical. It's pie in the sky, it's naive, it's stupid. Really stupid. And if you say yes to it, you're stupid and you haven't learned a thing. You might as well not be watching these. It's going to be so hard though. I can imagine what it's going to be for me. It's going to be so hard to say no to it. We have to. No place like home. This card came out in the energy update for today. Got something to do with our homes, our space. Changes in our space, letting somebody in to our space. Could be working space, could be home space, but I think it's home space. Just be careful around that. Giving up your space. What else? It just feels like the energy is heightening and heightening and heightening, and this is why this sneakiness could come out. It's not really sneakiness, it's just people wanting to rush in when they're not really ready. We've got the poised card. Getting ready. We're getting ready, or poised ready for whatever's going to happen here with this other talking therapy and a child. I used to work with PTSD, and that talk therapy for PTSD puts you back through it. It re-traumatizes you. It solidifies those neural networks. I wouldn't recommend that for PTSD. What I did was neurotherapy, EEG biofeedback, which means that you can do it in the dream kind of form to process it instead of it being in the conscious state where you re-traumatize yourself when you're talking about it. I don't know, do what you feel there. But yeah, I've got it too. PTSD, and I don't think it ever goes away fully. It gets easier and easier for sure. Poised, we've got mending as well. Oh yeah, so it's not like this is coming out for no reason. It's not just a test. It's because we're not ready yet. We're not ready. We've not fully integrated these lessons. It is like a final test of whether we've really learned what it is that we've learned. So there's more healing to do when we go through this, when we're offered this thing that we want, but we know that it's not quite right yet. EMDR. Is that light flashing thing? It's very similar. If it is, it's very similar to neurotherapy as well. Very, very similar. Yeah, that kind of thing, working more on the subconscious is best for PTSD, because that's where it is, it's in the subconscious mind. Let's get some animals out. I know what's going to happen. They won't offer it. Whereabouts are you, Maria? Skunk spirit, know your worth. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for what you know you want. Stand up for what you know you deserve. Don't back down. Don't go for the easy option. Don't just say yes to something that's not right for you. So for some, this could be about worthiness issues. It's like, have you really learned the worthiness issues, or are you just going to say yes to something that's not really right for you? Davin. Don't know. Know your worth. We've really got to hold ourselves in high regard at the moment. I didn't get a goddess out, did I? Wonder why I didn't do that. Turkey spirit. Gratitude. I feel like we're going to be grateful for this test eventually. Because I think it's going to right things. Because if you think about it, knowing your worth, if you're given an offer, say it's a job offer, and the money isn't what you deserve, and you know it's not, and you say to them, well, it looks great, but the money isn't right, and that in the future is going to lead you, if not from the offer of the money from those people with that job, with that same job, is going to lead to the universe bringing you one with that does have that money. And so you're going to be grateful for this test. You're going to be not grateful if you say yes, if you just back down, if you just cave and you say yes. It's like a test of being sure about what it is that we want. Could be about something that you asked for in around the new moon. Trust in divine detours. It is a detour, this. And it's going to suck because you're the one, it seems like you're the one creating the detour this time. You're the one that's saying, slow down, or not right now, or not with that salary, or not with that energy behind it, or not while you're still in that situation, or sort that out first, that kind of thing. It's going to seem like you're creating the detour. But it's a divine detour for very good reason, and you're going to be grateful for it in the end. Because you're actually going to get what you want in the end, unless you cave in and just say yes to it. I wonder if you're going to get a job offer, Chris. And wow, won't that be a test? Because how long have you been waiting for a job now? You might, this time more than any time, you're going to say yes to something that you don't really want, that hasn't got the right conditions. But instead of saying yes, we need to learn from the past. Don't do the same thing as you did before. Learn from the past and actually put it into action this time. Because sweet results await. What we actually want awaits. On the back of this good decision. Cool. Wow, I wonder what it's going to be. I'm pretty sure I know what mine's going to be. I've been getting a lot of signs about it. I just want to get some of these out. Vincent's early May. Wow. Oy. Box. box. Think outside of the box, your usual box. Challenge your thoughts, especially thoughts of lack. I mean, the only reason that we'd say yes to something that's not right for us is because we think that something else isn't available. We think we're believing in lack. So don't do that. You've got to think outside your usual box. Otherwise, you'll box yourself in to the same old situations. And who knows when the next chance is going to come for this. Because it feels like a big thing. It feels like something that you really want and you've wanted for ages. Yes, it's got something to do with this full moon. Because it's the hunter moon. That's the full moon that we've got coming up is the hunter moon. Got to keep our eyes on the long term, our eyes on the prize, our eyes on the target. We've got to aim for that, not for what we don't want, not just accepting whatever the universe is throwing at us. Remember, it's throwing a lesson. It's throwing a test at us. Have you learned your lesson? Have you learned your lesson? Or are you going to do the same thing as you did before? Such interesting energies. Let's get another one out. Can't give in to the fears. That's it. We've got to stand up for what we want. If more time. If there was ever a time to stand up for ourselves and what we truly want and stand in that Empress energy, being sure of ourselves, it's now. Judgment time. And we've got to be the judge of it. It's us that's deciding this. It's not like it's the universe doing it to us, you know. We're the judge of this. We're the one that lets something in on. We're the one that says, oh, yes, with our hand out, or no. Or no, with our hand up. We're the one that does that. Look at the top, the one that's saying no is next to the eye, because they see. The one with the hand out that's saying yes is next to this darkness and the skull. We've learned something, but are we actually going to put it into practice? That's what the universe is saying. So it feels like this might build up because this energy is coming out now and we're not even, well, how many days? It's the 23rd now, so we've got 7 days. 7 days until the full moon and its presence is already making itself known. Dreams need a practical plan. Practical plan. Let's put the hunter on the front. Okay, who wants a reading? I got good cards for today, but I always do. I'm beginning to not believe in the cards, but I know what it's doing. I know that they're just dangling carrots in front of me, trying to get me ready for what's coming. I know that. I've got travel and believe in self. There's places I need to go, but there's shopping that I need to do. There's things that I need fixing. I've not been off this island since I got my last visa before COVID. And the easiest thing for me to do would be to fly to Bangkok, but I can't because I've not got a passport. Storming. Storming there too. And you know what else happened yesterday? I went to training yesterday afternoon. I didn't do it in the morning because I was stayed in bed, relaxed. But the afternoon I did. And when I got back, there was a workman outside on the bungalow next door. And he obviously did something to one of the pipes outside of their bathroom because it suddenly started gushing water, flying out. He ran off somewhere, obviously to switch the water off. I'd just come home, soaking wet in my gym gear, soaking wet, stinky. Hadn't even washed my hands. I brought some food back with me. I'm just about to wash my hands and the water's switched off. He switched it off. So I'm soaking wet, need a shower, need to wash my clothes, need to even wash my hands. But luckily I've got hand sanitizer, right? So, because my hands stink. When they're wrapped up and they're in boxing gloves, it stinks. I'm doing push-ups on the dirty mats and everything. No. So hand sanitized my hands so at least I could eat hygienically. Told the staff, like the big staff, sent them a message so that they knew what was going on. And they all rallied round to get the water back on, to isolate that. I don't know what they did in the end. Isolate that bungalow or something and get the water back on or fix it, which they did. But it was about an hour and I was freezing. I was, because I couldn't sit down because I was soaking wet and dirty. I couldn't sit outside because it was mosquito time. So I just crouched by the door there, just squatted down. Because I want the furniture and I couldn't like take the clothes off and put something else on because I would just wet other clothes and stunk them up. There's just nothing to do but wait, right? So I crouched down there by the window looking out, and this firefly came right in front of my face on the other side of the glass, flew up to me with its bummer light. And I've never seen a firefly here before. I didn't even know we had them here, but we do, apparently. Okay, let's do your readings. So, yeah, Mercury's making itself known. Maria. Transformation. What you resist persists. So you are transforming. It's this energy that I've just said. You've got to continue with that transformation. Don't go back. Don't be old Maria. Don't resist this transformation. Go ahead with it. Even though it's the unknown, you don't know what the new Maria would do, still go with it. Keep your eyes on the prize. Don't forget this Hunter full moon is about that long-term strategy, moving ahead towards what you want, not going backward, not falling back into old patterns, not being unconscious too. So this could be a time where, you know, if you've got any kind of a numbing, like any kind of addictions or anything like that, any way that you numb out, it doesn't have to be addictions, but any way that you numb out and don't feel stuff, you know, like overeating or drinking and taking drugs or whatever it is that you do to numb out so you don't feel something. Don't do that at the moment because that's going to get you unconscious. That's, if you're not feeling it, you're going to be unconscious, you're not going to continue forward. So there's all kinds of traps we could fall into. Tracy. Oh, yours is about work. A decision to be made, a wise decision to be made. Standing up for yourself. So this could be a new job, it could be a promotion or something like that. It could be going for a new position within your work. But you've got to stand up for yourself. You've got to make a really clear decision on what your worth is, what your value is, or what it is that you want to do. And go for that and be in it for the long term. Be careful of short-term placations kind of thing. A boss saying, well, I'll give you this bonus right now. That kind of thing. You're going for a promotion and your boss might say, well, I can give you this bonus, or these shares in the company right now. It's just a little tidbit to put you off, to see if you'll back down from it, from what you really want. Don't do it. Donna. Can you imagine what yours is going to be, Donna? And mine. Listen. Listen to what's being said and listen to what isn't being said. Listen to the whole energy. Listen very carefully to the details. Because, yes, love is present and you're loved, but that's not enough, is it? I've said this again and again over the last few weeks. I've been getting this message that it's not enough. There's a lot more to a relationship than just that love and that connection. So you've got to listen really carefully to what's on the table, as if it is like a work contract kind of thing. Stephanie. Stephanie, you've got to make sure that you're making choices that are good for you, that feel good for you, that are a good time for you, not just a good time for everyone else. So this feels like you've been putting other people first, making sure that everyone else is happy, but not yourself. You've got to make yourself happy now, especially in your creativity and your work. Make sure it's a good time for you. Melissa. Uh-oh. Melissa. Melissa, what do you want? Do you want a committed relationship or do you just want sex? Because this person coming in just wants sex, but they might pretend, might be sneaky and pretend that they want more than that. Just be really careful around that, what someone's offering. Some people will say anything, pretend, catfish, that kind of thing to get what it is that they want. That's that sneaky behaviour. Andrea. Oh. Andrea Watson. Have we got any other Andreas in right now? Andrea, you've got... It feels like external influences around a relationship that's causing the problem here. Lots of confusion. Maybe someone coming in with a love offer for you, but they're all embroiled in other situations, external influences with people that are jealous, maybe gossip, drama. They're caught up in something else. They're only just caught up in something else. They need to sort that out first. By themselves. You can't sort it out. You can't sort it out for them. This could also be you as well. I don't know. We're talking about this offer today. You could have the same thing going on around you too. Or you could be open to that. You could be seeing it in them and not realising you do the same thing. You've got people like that around you as well. It might not be impacting the relationship as it is. They're people. Belinda Kay. Wow. Isn't this interesting? You've got go deeper, but look, it's the old go deeper card that's all battered and bruised. And then you've got this new go deeper card underneath it. I feel like the situation is coming back around again. Something that you've already dealt with, kinda, but you've already come to your old conclusions. You think you know everything about it. You think you've healed this. You think that you know what this issue is, what this thing is, because you've already gone deep on it. And it's coming back around again, like this fresh one, for you to go deeper on it again. There's something that you haven't seen about it. There's something new. You know, like I said, this could be like codependent patterns coming up again. You think you've learned about codependency and you've got rid of it. But here it comes again because there's something more. There's another level to heal in it. So make sure you take a fresh look at whatever's coming up for you, Belinda. Go deeper on it again with a beginner's mind kind of thing. Marge. Marge. The comments are doing that jumping thing literally every time I try and move it on to the next person. Mercury in retrograde. Marge, you gotta let go. Not surrender and let go and say yes to these things. You gotta let go. Let go as in saying no. And trust yourself on that. Trust yourself and trust the universe. You've got better things coming. You've got to say no. You've got to let things go out of your life. Don't hold on to them for fear of lack. Trisha's in Wisconsin. Chris. Chris, go for fulfillment, but you'll only be fulfilled when you're kind of working with others and you're getting getting support. So maybe you're attracting jobs where you'll be very supportive, but you've not thought about, I want to be in a work situation where it's like a team and it's really enjoyable because people are helping me achieve what I want to achieve. Think deeper into this. So you could be offered something that is expecting a lot from you. But you haven't quite thought about what you want from it. Or it's not going to give you what you really want from it, the fulfillment that you want, the deeper stuff that you want. You know, so it might be the money that you want and all of that, but then you go into that office and all the people there are weird. Not talking to each other. That kind of thing. Not fulfilling. Trisha. Trisha, you've got, he perceives the perceiver and cleanse. This is about letting go of seeing things from other people's perspectives all the time. You've got to look from your perspective. You've got to be standing up for yourself and what you want, your wishes, your desires. Stop looking at things from other people's perspectives. Sometimes people call that empathy. Think that they're an empath. But really it's just people pleasing. It's just looking at things from other people's perspectives instead of your own. Not asking yourself what you feel, what you want. How you like to feel, what you like to receive from it. Always thinking about what can I give to someone else, how are they feeling, how can I make them feel better, what is it that they want. So let go of that. So it's like the dark side of empathy. There's a YouTube video on that I made years ago. If you search for the dark side of empathy on my YouTube channel, you'll find it. Reedsburg, Oshkosh, Oshkosh Begosh. Timothy. Storm energy is really nice, isn't it? I like it too. Timothy, who's aware and create? You created it, whatever's coming in. Maybe through fears. Maybe through fears that you can't have what it is that you really want. Or you're expecting there to be a shit bit. You're expecting it to... It's like that, too good to be true. There must be something wrong with this. There must be something wrong with this. So that kind of a perspective in the past has created whatever's going to come in. So it's been your fears and your doubts that have created this situation. So you've got a window of awareness that comes up with whatever happens this week or today to show you what you've really been focused on. You're welcome, Maria, and Tracy, and Donna, Mimi. Mimi, respect and get support. So yours is about, it's that reciprocation thing. Allowing others to give to you first, sitting back, expecting more from them, like getting them to offer you more before you'll do stuff for them. Respecting yourself. That's what yours is about. So someone's offering you very little. And maybe you've said yes in the past. to very little, accepting the scraps. You're welcome, Andrea, and Belinda, and Chris. Hey, Michaeline. You're welcome, Trisha. Hey, Ashley. Ashley, not seen you for ages. Ashley, do you want one? Michaeline, do you want one? Let's presume that you do. Michaeline, I'll do you first. And then I'm going training. Michaeline, yours is about, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to watch the replay of this. Physical action and overwhelming. You doing too much. So you've got an offer of someone expecting a lot from you, not offering you very much at all. Coming in. Yeah, watch the replay because it's very important information this about what's coming in this next week. Along with the energy update that I'm going to publish tonight for the week too. It's all around the same stuff. Ashley. Interesting. One step at a time in guidance. So you're being guided forward. Don't go back. Don't go backward. Take one step forward, one step forward. Don't go back into old patterns. Don't go backward. Don't say yes to the past. Keep on moving forward. There you go, everybody. Thanks for coming along. My half-price reading sale has already started because I just started it before I came on here. Here's the link for it. And so it's the Next Steps read this weekend. You can order them early if you want. There's a music festival going on here this weekend. I'm hoping to get to it at some point this weekend. This morning I'm going to be going and seeing a friend. But I thought I'd just let that, set it off early so that, I don't know, people can book in early if you want to. I know they're very popular, these ones, so it's kind of good to give myself more time to get the readings done as well. So thanks for coming along, thanks for clicking like. Remember to click like on this video, please. Hopefully YouTube sorts itself out and publishes my videos properly. I hope that it's not a new thing now that you're losing my videos. Have a good day, everybody. See ya.